Hey Poke people, this is PikaTROD and welcome back to the second season of the JJDL. I'm excited to be back. I gotta be honest, I did this video already. I recorded everything, I got it all set up, it's uploaded, and then I realized the video has no audio. And so, we are doing this a second time, which get hyped for. I'm excited. I'm excited to be with you. I'm excited to be back in this league. Huge shout outs to John Jr. and the rest of the team for running this league. If you want to learn more about him, go check him out in the description below. Seems like a super duper cool guy. I would highly recommend going over and subscribing and liking. And while you're here, subscribe and like to me. We're on our way to 10 subscribers, which is awesome, one step at a time. And you don't want to miss the weekly draft league content. So let's get down into it. What is a draft league? So, the Pokemon Draft League is basically we go in a snake format. So, you have 16 people in a random order. Pick number one, or the person who gets to go first picks one Pokemon. The person who gets to go second picks the second Pokemon. And it goes on and on and on until the 16th person, the last person goes, and they have 2 picks in a row. And then person number 15 gets pick number 15, and then they get pick number 2 in the next round, or pick 17. And it goes until everyone has a team of 10 to 11 Pokemon. There's a certain amount of draft points that we have to use. And then I know my team for the battles for the rest of the season, and other people know their teams for the rest of the season. And we use that to build teams and counter team each other in our prep. So, let's jump into our team. If you want more information, there's other Draft League content out there. I will also attach a video in the description from Joey Pokemon, I think. But it's a collaboration video where he explains what Draft Leagues are and how they work. But let's hop on into it. I'll be honest. I wanted to grab a Pokemon like Sneasler. There were a couple Pokemon I wanted. I was the last pick, which is great because it means I'm drafting around cores, but it's not super great because obviously I can't get any of these like big name Pokemon first off. So there was some fun stuff allowed. This is with the Teal Mask DLC, so there was an Ogerpon form if you wanted it. There were other things. What I really wanted was Sneasler or Palafin, and Sneasler isn't even really like a great, like, I've thought about it since, and Sneasler isn't even like an amazing first round pick in terms of just like raw power of a Pokemon. But when I was building around Sneasler, I thought, okay, I need my Unburden setter in Rillaboom, and I need Heatran. And Sneasler got picked a pick or 2 before me. Palafin was already off the board, and all the other super top tier Pokemon really weren't available. I thought about, or I wasn't excited to use. I think there were ground types on the board. I could have gotten Landorus Incarnate, which would have been fun in retrospect, and maybe I should have picked it up earlier, because I think it stuck around for a while, and then there was also Blood Moon Ursaluna, which I think is going to be really good, or can be really good this season. I totally was like, I've seen how Ursaluna is used. I don't think this is going to pan out well. I don't want to use this Pokemon. I want to build my team around a slow Pokemon. So I picked up the fire type that I wanted anyway. I kind of went with the draft plan. I went, okay, if I'm building cores, let's build cores. So we have Heatran here. Heatran, Cars. Super solid Pokemon. Has always been a super solid Pokemon. Will always be a super solid Pokemon. Kind of this bulky offense that I'm going for. And I paired it with Rillaboom. Rillaboom that gets that Grassy Surge, which, super reliable concept since a long time ago. Sets up Grassy Surge to mitigate ground type attacks. For the Heatran, the way I'm building this team is that Heatran, and sorry, I just woke up and also recording this video a second time, so apologies for the yawning. Heatran is a fire immunity, but it can also run Flame Body, and I'm looking to run this as versatile as possible. And so Heatran can be defensive if I need it to be defensive on any given week, and it can be special defensive if I need it to be special defensive on any given week. But with this 130 base attack stat, don't be surprised if I run some Choice Scarf stat or Choice Specs, and I go for Overheats or Flash Cannons. It's just a super powerful Pokemon, and it can be super versatile in the bulky attacking sense. Same with Rillaboom. Rillaboom is a Pokemon that can take a lot of hits, and people, I think, are aware that with leftovers, some Leech Seed Protect shenanigans can get really annoying. Rillaboom is a knockoff user that I have, which I'm super excited about knockoff. And it can also just be full-on offensive. Grassy Glide got a nerf, but I still think having a powerful priority coming off of a 125 base attack stat is super valuable. And if I don't think it's powerful enough, I'll just run Swords Dance and boost up my attack. So, Rillaboom, who we're naming Brave, and Heatran, who we're naming Cars, I think you can understand the naming scheme, although I hope I don't get sued. I really don't know why they'd sue me. I'm not. Maybe if I get sued, then that'll be a sign of good things to come. But yeah, that's what I'm rocking out with so far. Because I'm at the wheel pick, because I get pick numbers 16 and 17, everyone else picks before I do, so it's 30 picks before I go again. So a lot of Pokemon have gone. I've gotten bulky offense. Next, I'm looking for something with a little bit more speed. I know I can fill out a Fairy Dragon Steel Core. I know I can fill out a Firewater Grass Core. There's some Pokemon that I'm looking at, but what I choose to go for are Urshifu Rapid Strike and Thundurus Incarnate. Now, Urshifu Rapid Strike, people have been saying this is a VGC team. That's fine. If all the Pokemon can function well, then we've got ourselves a team. Of course, Urshifu Rapid Strike is a great Pokemon, even on the bench, because with its powerful 130 base attack stat and Surging Strikes, it forces a lot of people to consider running Rocky Helmet on a Pokemon, or some way to deal with or bring their water types, which Rillaboom and now Thundurus have a field day with. Love it, love it, love it. It can be a fast in and out Pokemon. This is a Pokemon, just like the first two, that can run a nice Choice Scarf set. This 97 speed balances well with, or is a little bit higher than 85. It fills out the speed tiers. Monsters Inc. kind of comes in and completes that 100 speed tier dilemma. So it's mostly covered. We've got another form of strong priority in Aqua Jet. Urshifu also gets Swords Dance and Swords Dance bulk up. So this can be a setup mon too if I want this to be bulky and these two to be more offensive. It's an enabler. It's always going to be a physical attacker, but it provides more offense for the team, which Cars and Brave are offensive Pokemon, but they aren't specifically built that way. Urshifu's known for being an offensive Pokemon. So I'm very, very excited for that. And then Monsters Inc., you want to talk about offense. This is the strongest attacker on the team. 145 special attack, 101 speed, has some great synergy because ground types don't want to exist in grassy terrain. I can go for Grass Knot for any ground types that do feel like they want to exist. This Pokemon just gets a lot of different setup. It gets Nasty Plot, it gets Agility. I can Volt Switch, I can U-turn from Momentum. It also just gets like Thunderbolt, which is a powerful move, and a lot of other niche hidden tech things that I think are super duper excited. Another knockoff user, yay! And it kind of balances out the rest of the team. I wanted a strong attacker. I got myself a strong attacker. Next, looking to fill out those speed tiers, looking to fill out that Firewater or that Fairy Dragon Steel Core. I've got Firewater Grass right here. I picked up Noivern, the good dinosaur. Frisk is a great ability in draft because you never really know what your opponent's bringing, and there's always surprises. So having Frisk gives you a little bit of insight, which can be super duper helpful. It is my first defogger, which is also really important because having a Pokemon that knows defog or having some form of hazard control is good. I usually, in my drafts, fixate on hazard control and decided not to fixate on it this draft, but defog is a good thing to have. It's 123 speed, which gives me a much higher speed tier than the 101 that I was working with Thundurus. Its 97 special attack stat isn't great, but we don't need it to be great. If I'm running U-turn and I've got Super Fang in order to just do a lot of damage really fast, this can be a utility set with Roost. It also goes for powerful attacks. You don't need your special attack stat to be the highest thing in the world if you're going to be going for Draco Meteors and Hurricanes. Fingers crossed that everything lands. But that's Noivern. I've seen this used in a million different ways. I'm super excited to use it. And then we've got Florges, A Bug's Life. So the way Terra Captains work in this league, which is another important thing to note, is that Terra Captains, we were allowed low-tier Terra Captains. So stronger Pokemon like Rillaboom or Thundurus Incarnate could not be Terra Captains, but weaker Pokemon like Florges could be. Florges would be the maximum one of the stronger Terra Captains, and I chose not to Terra Captain it because I had some plans down the line, as you might be able to see right here. But A Bug's Life is here. This is part of my plan to enable my bulky offensive Pokemon. First of all, if I want them to be bulky offense, now I have a really, really solid Wish Passer that I can send up a Wish, go back out into those Pokemon, completely heal them up, and let them start spamming their hard-hitting attacks again. The other positive thing is that if I want a special wall, it doesn't have to be Rillaboom or Heatran, it can be Florges now. Florges got tools like Calm Mind. Do you get Aromatherapy? You don't. But it got Baton Pass, which I'm super excited about. More momentum. Pass the team around. And it got a lot of cool tech, so don't sleep on what Florges can do. Crocodile. Round goes around. Draft picks go around. 30 picks later, I'm like, I still have some speed tier things I need to fix up. I need a Pokemon that can set up rocks. Crocodile. Crocodile comes in handy with that. It is my first ghost. It is my first ghost type check. It has a speed stat of 92, which is right in between Rillaboom's 85 and Urshifu Rapid Strike's 101. This Pokemon got knockoff back, so welcome back to the New York Medichams, Crocodile. Of course, as I just said, it's a Stealth Rocker, but also you can't sleep on the fact that it has Moxie, which means this is like my third or fourth Pokemon that I feel really comfortable slapping a Choice Scarf onto, which can be super duper valuable. Like that. It of course has Close Combat, it of course has Earthquake, it also gets Stomping Tantrum, or it gets High Horsepower. So if I want to avoid the effects of grassy terrain, I can just run High Horsepower, which is a big plus. And yeah, super duper solid Pokemon can be run offensively or defensively. Pairs very nicely with Florges if I'm running it defensively. Yeah, provides a lot of good immunities that I need. Next we've got our Grounded Poison, and this is a Pokemon I was looking at for a while. Ratatouille is here, and Ratatouille, the Grafaiai, is a Terra Captain that can be Terra Flying or Terra Dark. Now, the reason I was excited to pick up the Grafaiai, first of all, 110 speed tier, right in between Thundurus' 101 and Noivern's 123. Next, it can be an annoying Pokemon you turning around with Poison Touch. It can be a tricky Pokemon that can get off priority parting shots and priority encores with Prankster, so it ensures that people who want to set up can't freely set up because I can just switch out to Grafaiai and shut them down completely. But most importantly, we've got Unburden here. And what people don't realize is that Grafaia's attack stat is almost the same as Hawlucha's. And we all remember how Hawlucha has completely terrorized games and generations of Pokemon. So I have the ability to run Grassy Seed and set up a Sword Stance. And Grafaia is not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world, but it can take one hit, Sword Stance, and then all of a sudden I'm launching Terra Dark knockoffs, launching Gunk Shots. Do you learn Double Edge? I keep on looking. Tackles. I can launch off takedowns 90%, 90 damage. Legit. I might be running Takedown. That's kind of silly. Takedown. I didn't even realize that. I'm like a couple weeks into this league. I didn't realize that. I can also run it special, which I don't know if people realize, but Terra Blast is just a good stab move until I Terrestrialize, and then it becomes still a good stab move. The Terra Flying is to deal with any ground types that might be annoying. Terra Dark is to deal with any psychic types that might be annoying to Grafaiai. Grafaiai also gets Acrobatics, so that's a move it can utilize super well after a Grassy Seed. There are also other ways to pop on Burden. Air Balloon is something that people need to watch out for, so Grafaiai is an amazing addition to the team. Rounding out this team, I want a little bit more bulk. I got a Lomomola to make sure that to ensure that I have another bulky, my secondary bulky water type. I don't want Urshifu trying to take Scalds consistently. I don't want Urshifu to take on Ice Beams. So Alomomola is here. This is the Regenerator Mon, which makes it a great Wish passer. Also means that Florges does not have to run Wish when it comes into battle. We've got Scald, we've got Flip Turn. We can Wish up and Flip Turn out and mess some people up that way. We can Whirlpool people in, trap them in. What else we've got? It's got Calm Mind, so I can boost up that 40 attack and really do some damage. It's got Healing Wish if I wanted to have even more of a support role. Yeah, Alomomola is great, and I'm super duper excited to get to use it. And it enables, again, different type of Wish Passer. If the opponent has really powerful Steel types, but I still want a Wish Passer, I've got one. It's a really good, just purely defensive Pokemon, although it can be run especially defensively too. And I'm super duper excited. These last two Pokemon, I really wanted Terra Espeon to round out my team with Terra Grafaiai. As you'll notice, not too much hazard control on the team, not too many Pokemon who can set up hazards, not too many Pokemon who can take down hazards. So Espeon was a way of having some level of hazard control. And that almost worked until the person 2 picks before me picked up Terra Espeon. So I picked up a couple Pokemon and then I did some trades. I still wanted a Ghost type to block Rapid Spin, and also just to spam Shadow Ball because that's really annoying. And I also wanted another Pokemon that can remove hazards and set up hazards. So in these 2 picks, the first thing I picked up was Poltegeist. Now Poltegeist is a Pokemon that's known for Shell Smashing, and I wanted something with like immediate setup power besides Thundurus. A lot of these Pokemon are slow setup Pokemon. Poltegeist set up a Shell Smash. People gotta watch out. People gotta be scared. Ghost is a great type to spam. It also gets stored power, which is a great move to have on a Shell Smashing Pokemon. Poltegeist also gets access to Strength Sap, Giga Drain. It has a lot of special moves it can work with. It's also just a tricky little Ghost type. So if I want to run a Will-O-Wisp, Strength Sap set, I can run a defensive Will-O-Wisp Strength Sap set. If I want to run Light Screen and Reflect, I can run Light Screen and Reflect. So if I want to just run Choice Scarf and get off a lot of damage, this thing has 134 special attack. If I just want to run, how much does Spectrier have? Spectrier's got 145. This is 11 points less than a Spectrier. So I can just have a field day with my Poltegeist. so I'm super duper excited to get to use this Pokemon. Lastly, but certainly not least, we've got the Hisuian Avalugg. Now you may be saying, Jack, PikaTROD, why are you picking up a table? Why do you need a table? This table is going to boost us tremendously, as you can tell by the nickname. It is a Terra Captain with the Terra Fighting and the Terra Steel. I honestly don't know how I feel about Terra Steel. I didn't want Terra Water because I already had a Lomomola, which kind of serves that purpose. I could go for Terra... The other thing I'm thinking is Terra Dragon, because I feel like my team could use another electric type switch in and immunity, or, you know, just fire, water, all that stuff. But I also feel like the synergy on the team is really good, so I don't need it. So currently it's just Terra... So currently Terra Steel is what I'm sticking with in case I need like a normal type check. A physical normal type check. This Pokemon's super duper defensive. It's defensive enough that I can bring it as a wall and not invest in its defense. And its attack is nothing to joke about. So with Strong Jaw or Sturdy, it can always take one hit. It can run Body Press Curse sets. It can run Body Press Iron Defense sets. It can run Iron Defense Recover sets. It can be super offensive. I can run a Choice Band with Ice Spinner or Ice Fang. Or Rock Slide. It's Terra Fighting, so the body presses only get stronger. And it works great with Wish Passers such as Alomomola and Florges. So these are your New York Medichams for Season 2. I think we got in the semifinals last season. I think we have the team to go all the way. I am making a bold statement. I think we're gonna win it, and I'm super duper excited. Thank you all for watching. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button below. It helps me out a ton, makes me feel pretty good. I'm just happy to be back, so I hope you're happy too, and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I hope the audio works this time. Holy moly. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Stay well, Poke people. Bye.